Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had an amazing day. Today I'm here with my twin.
Hi.
Today we're going to be answering some of your questions that you guys have left in the comments section. Thank you for all of you that have left the comments. It means that we can help other people that are wondering how it can affect your family, how it can make other people feel in your life. Let's get on with the video. I have the questions up on my phone and let's go. So, what changes did you have to make? Good question.
We had to make quite a few changes because it there's just loads of stuff that this injury have stopped you from doing. Like we cannot have the Hoover on, we can't have the washing machine on when she's in the house. Because of her injury, the nerve damage has occurred. It causes her not to be able to be around those type of things. And also, we're not able to play the fun games that we used to do. We mixed martial arts, like Iona said in the video. We're obsessed with it. We used to do it every Friday, and we'd do it for like 3 hours, and then we'd come home and talk about it non-stop. We have books about it and everything. And it's really hard. Like we used to train people and used to be helping instruct little children that used to come to the club, and it's really hard when you cannot do that. And it's just it stopped us from doing that. But we have to find different things to do.
Like I've changed mixed martial arts into boxing, so I can still keep up some kind of
similarity between it.
Yeah,
and it's also like we do still train together. It's just we don't do the same things we used to do. Like we do arm training instead of foot training because obviously she can't, and we only go to the areas that she can do, and we only go to the type of level that she can go to.
What did you have to stop doing?
Like we said in the last bit, the last question, just mixed martial arts, and also we're a very close family, which means that we weren't able to be as close. And we used to always have movie nights and we used to get snuggled up in blankets. But because of her injury, her foot cannot be in blankets. She's become very
in a blanket.
but yeah, she couldn't have her foot in the quilt, so it's like we had to be very precautious. And it was really hard because then it prevented us from doing the things that we used to do, and it stopped us from being very close. Like her injury has made us closer. We talk a lot more. We always are together. We're always checking on each other, and even if we do say, "Oh, I feel complete like rubbish," it means that it's made us communicate a lot more than we did. How have your family come to terms with the injury?
We haven't. We still look back at the past and it's very emotional. It would be if someone that you loved was in agony and you couldn't go to hug them sometimes, you couldn't come near them. That is very, very difficult to live with. Imagine you couldn't go and hug your mum or your dad or your siblings. You couldn't go near them. That is very difficult to live with. How is that from your end?
We are, as I said, very emotionally connected. We've been together all our lives. We've not been separated. So it is quite hard because we're very close and we always like to give each other a hug. And knowing that I can't do that sometimes, it's just very horrible because it's like, oh, our connection, what we used to be able to do has been completely taken away from us and we're not allowed to do that. Like sometimes I'm worried to touch her. Sometimes I'm worried to even like just go like this against her because it's like I can't touch her without hurting her. And that's really worrying because it's you don't want to cause them physical pain.
No joke, when she did touch me there, it felt like I was on fire.
And it's like you do not know what's going to happen.
You never. Even when I touch my leg sometimes, or my arm or something, it will cause me pain. Even my own self touching my bad leg, my bad leg, that shouldn't cause you pain. Your own skin, your own flesh and blood should not, when you touch your leg or your arm or your head, it should not cause you pain.
And it's really hard that we don't know what to do because it's like, how do I help you when I have nothing that can help you? Like paracetamol cannot help her. She's immune to paracetamol. Nothing can help her, and because it's nerve pain, you're just sitting there waiting for it to leave, so it's really hard to cope with. Kids at school react to both of you.
What was your story?
Some people were right. Some people were really loving and they were really kind and supportive. They'd always check on me. But like even though I'm not the one with the injury, like whereas some people would be really rude. They would say, "Oh yeah, I fake injuries. Why is your sister so annoying? Why is she blah blah blah?" And it's like you do not know what's going on. This is a personal family business. Just because you've heard some rumours, you just heard some things, doesn't mean it's not real. Doesn't mean that she's faking it.
Also, I've had people say, "Come take some Calpol, put plaster on it." You can't see chronic regional pain syndrome. When it's swollen, you hide it. no one actually sees it. Sometimes it's red, my foot is discoloured. Sometimes I can't cut my toenail because it feels like I'm actually cutting my toe off. And I have to force myself to do that. And if I don't, it absolutely looks gross. This is the truth. You cannot see chronic regional pain syndrome unless you take away my trouser leg, which is not appropriate. However, people say, oh, you're walking normally, your foot's flat to the ground, I guess you can do PE. Actually, that's not what's happening. I have insoles that have extra padding in them, and I'll show them in a different video. I'll show you my shoes, I'll show you how different things I have to use in my life, like weights and everything. But I have insoles that push my foot flat to the ground. Instead of me walking like that, if I had my shoe off, I'd look like a penguin.
It's also like to try not to judge people too quickly.
Don't read a book by its cover.
Yeah, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. And it's like some people go to judge people really quickly, and if this has happened to you and people have just looked at you and accused you of something that they don't even know what's going on, then just think that's not saying what you're like. It's not talking about your personality. It's just talking about what type of person they are and how out of order and inconsiderate they actually are.
Don't listen to them. I walk around with my what's it called?
It's like a doctor's
my
note.
discharge letter, and it says basically what my condition is, that I am in a lot of pain all the time. It mentions about my shoes and about the podiatrist that I went to see who gave me my insoles, and it tells people about PE. I suggest walking around with a doctor's note, anything, so if anyone tries to bring you down or hurt you in an emotional state, then just show them the letter, because that is your proof and it will help you. Trust me, I've had no one come near me because I have my hospital letter that is proof that I have my injury.
But don't worry, if you do not have any proof, do not worry about people say, because at
Just
the end of the
don't
day,
listen to
it's basically just about you and your family, and it's about you trying to get better. Do not worry about what they say, because it just doesn't matter at the end of the day. One of them is, how long have you been doing mixed martial arts, and have you managed to continue doing it with her injury?
I have been doing mixed martial arts for...
We've done it for about 5 years.
Yeah. And that's teaching children, and it's not like it used to be.
No, it's definitely not.
And it's very difficult for me because I'm not able to do the things I love. I love mixed martial arts, but I'm still not able to do it. I'm not able to join in. It's like I'm an outcast. I feel like the ugly duckling. I'm not able to be like everyone else. I can't run into mixed martial arts and lob someone. You just can't do it. You just have to stand there in the corner while everyone else is doing push-ups and you're doing, I don't know. Well, while you're punching a boxing bag. Because so I had to cut myself off from everyone else while they were being all together as a group. I was in a corner doing something else different.
It's like, it did affect it, because it's like we used to do it all the time, but
every Friday.
Like, it affected me. I couldn't do it anymore, so I had to find ways to do it at home. You just have to work around it, and it's like, yes, you may have this, but you've got to find something that you can do. Instead of locking yourself in your bedroom and not doing anything.
I used to do that.
Yeah, you've got to be able to go out and find something else that you can replace the thing you used to do with, so then you actually have something you love still, and you're able to do whatever you want still.
Has there been any hate towards your condition?
Yeah.
A lot. Let's just say that. I've had, since the start, since I walked into school and said I've got a broken toe, I've had people accusing me of lying. I've had, it's just not great.
Like, yeah, people will come up to her and she wasn't in, because sometimes she wouldn't be in for 3 weeks, and everyone would be really worried about her. But there would be these really horrible, silly people that would just come up to you saying, oh, why is she faking it? Why is she having to pretend? It's like she really wants attention. And it's just like, you don't know what's going on. Just don't get involved with something that you don't understand, that you don't know about.
And from a medical point, I had doctors, again, I've said this so many times, I had doctors show me the nervous system, saying that there was no possible way that since I'd injured my toe, it could travel up into my leg, through into the other one, and up into my arms and my back. There was no possible way of them knowing about it. I think there's only 3 specialists in Britain who know about my condition, and when I went to Great Ormond Street, they had a meeting where they had to teach some of their, they had a meeting with everyone to teach them about CRPS because it wasn't known.
Yeah, and it's like, because there's so little people that everyone knows about it in adults. It's just in children it's very different. So for them not to know what's going on, like the nurse at school and the nurses everywhere that we went to didn't understand, and they thought, oh yeah, we can't do anything. They just made us sit outside and made her wait till it was finished. But it's like, you cannot do that to someone when you don't know what's going on. If you don't understand something, then don't be out of order just because you don't understand it and you don't think it's real.
Just
be
give
nice and
sympathy.
supportive, yeah.
Whenever you see someone with a broken leg, you don't go, oh yeah, I bet you could stand up.
Yeah, you don't make them walk.
It's exactly the same.
It's not like you make someone with a broken leg do PE. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
We are going to answer one more question, and that question is, what is it like for you to live with her condition?
Sometimes it's really hard, to be honest. Sometimes it's hard to be around her because it's like you can't do anything to help her. You're just sitting there watching her sometimes scream at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and you can't do anything. So it's just like, why should I be here? Like, what is my purpose of being here if I cannot help her? I've always tried to be there for her. I've always tried to be the one person that can do anything for her and help her in any situation. And now that I can't do that, and now that I'm just not able to be the person I used to be with her, it's very difficult. Sometimes we can do whatever we want, sometimes we can be really happy, whereas other times it's like, oh no, we can't do this because of this.
I will say there has been some points, not that we've forgotten, because I haven't. I'm always in the pain, but when Alicia's forgotten and she's gone to grab me and chuck me as wrestling, and I've screamed, and it really affects you, I think, because it makes you feel like you're the cause of the pain, whereas I'm always in pain, and that just made it. But it's not your fault because you don't know where it's going to hurt me, so you try not to do it in a way that it could affect me, but it does just because that's the pain.
Yeah, and it's like, sometimes you're worried about being around her because it's like, oh, just my walking or me hitting the table is going to cause her pain. So it's like, why am I even in the same room as you if I cannot be around you and be the person that I actually am? And it sometimes can be very upsetting because it's like I can't be myself around her because of this one injury.
Thank you guys so much for watching and for surviving in this video. If you want to see this little person again, then please click the like button down below. And if you have any more questions, leave them in the comment section. We will either reply to them, or if there's
I will be replying too if you ask any
Yes.
questions, by the way.
And if there are so many, then we will make another video. And yeah, I hope you have a good evening, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.